Hey everybody, I'm doing this video here. Um, no backgrounds, no special effects, just raw, something I came across today and I was watching, and it kind of struck a good point with me. I was watching on another channel, it's Quan Kicker, if you want to go look and see what I'm talking about. He had a jiu-jitsu stylist on there. They were talking basically about the incident where you had a purple belt continuing to choke out another white belt, and how that was dangerous. And a lot of jiu-jitsu people have said, hey, that's wrong, that's very close to death, you could have killed the guy. And he made a point that, as good as the modern martial arts world is at technical excellence and practicality and self-defense compared to the last 20-30 years, he made a point like maybe that's where some of the classical and traditional styles, let's say classical, anything can be traditional, maybe have it right. Maybe there should be a code ethics and we should enforce that in today's world, because it is a war art, martial art. You are learning things that were used in war, and there should be a certain character element. It made me think about what I really think a black belt should have. And I think there's top three for me. So when I look at someone going for black belt under me, one, they have to be physically excellent. They got to be in shape. They don't have to be a perfect, chiseled body, but they got to be in shape. They should be able to run. They should be able to do a lot of jumping jacks, push-ups. They should be physically fit, and they should be able to perform at a physical level higher than that of an average student. That is a given about black belts. They're not always going to be perfect. There's going to be things people struggle with, and they can work on them, but they should be technically excellent and physically fit. Two, I think that a black belt should also have a proper attitude. So, they should be a good person outside of the dojang or studio as well as they are inside. And three, their character. How are they treating people, but also how they treat the immediate community? And do they have good character? Do they have character flaws? Not everyone's going to be a perfect person, but if they do one thing in a studio, but outside they do something that's questionable, or if they do something that's questionable in the studio, that's not someone you should put a black belt on or a higher belt, any belt. And I remember being in Tang Soo Do growing up as a kid, and one of the things in the manual, it would say, must have sound moral character. And, that was very important. You think about it, if they don't have moral character, you shouldn't promote anybody. You shouldn't give them rank. You shouldn't train them. It can be dangerous to train someone like that. So I think what we're missing in the world today in martial arts is we've kind of maybe fallen away from doing good character judgment, good character training. And when I train someone for black belt, the way I do it's kind of a little old school Tang Soo Do. I got this from my instructor. I'm not a Tang Soo Do stylist anymore. I'm a little bit more eclectic now. Once you get to red belt or brown belt, depends on your age. Red is like what we use for children, and then you have we use brown for the adults. It's kind of a little different, but it just differentiates by age. So we have these red and brown belts. Now I tell them, hey, you're at third Gup or third Q in karate. You're about 2 years away before you can attempt a black belt. And the way I do it is, once you get the first Gup, you have about 9 months minimum to be eligible for a black belt exam. That doesn't mean you test, that means you're eligible. You have to pass some requisites. So in those 2-year periods, I say you got to give up a Saturday 3 times a month, 3 hours a month. And I got to work with you personally because I got to train you to be a black belt. You're not a black belt because you test for it. You're a black belt because there's a significant difference in your performance, your attitude, and it's a test of your character. And those 3 key elements are so important. Now, I'll tell you, I'll start out with 10 people, maybe after their red or their second Gup. And out of the 10 people, 7 will drop out. They either won't come to class. They'll say, I'll think about it. Or they'll just go to regular class. And others will say, look, I didn't think it was going to be like that. I just want to quit. It's not worth it to me. And seriously, so they say, okay. Because I thought my long back kick was good. And I said, it is good, but it could be better. And that's the thing. Sometimes they can't handle being told that you can be better. Even though you're good, you could be better. And that's what a black belt is. A black belt thinks differently. A Gup, an under black belt, thinks in the terms of all the techniques they've learned. A black belt thinks in the terms like, I have all these techniques, I can apply them. And you could see it at higher levels. Like even in jiu-jitsu, if you see someone, you could master a triangle choke by blue belt, first year of training. Now, you know one way to do a triangle, but you can see like high-level black belts in that style. They'll put you in a triangle from angles you never thought possible. Well, that's because they have experience. They've mastered, and they keep continually working on it. Same with any black belt in any system. Kickboxing, karate, tang soo do, shotokan. You know, you start to put things together because your experience starts to grow, and you're thinking differently. You're thinking in the long game versus in the now. So they can't handle it. They drop out. And then what I get is the last few that their character is tested, improved, their physical performance is improved, and their attitude changes. And then that's why they have a black belt. And as a black belt, you should be able to, one, convey the thoughts of your system, whatever it is. You should also be able to judge your own character and be able to see the character of others. And that's so important. And when we have people with these flaws and they're teaching martial arts and almost killing people, it's because as an instructor, they were failed. An instructor just wanted them to have a black belt versus on telling somebody, no, you can't. And I tell a lot of people, no. I tell them, it's not you personally, but you have to remember, my name is on that belt. And if you're not physically prepared, I can't put it on you. If you don't have the character I feel, I can't put that on you because that comes back to me. It sounds selfish, but in reality, it's the way it has to be. So if you're a martial art instructor, be more discerning about your black belts. No one's in a rush. Don't rush them through it. If you're not a black instructor and you're a student, don't be in a rush. You'll get it when you get it, and it will mean more. Now, if you want to switch styles in schools, because that happens a lot, they'll say, well, this guy will just give it to me. I pay him $100, $200, whatever. Okay, fine. You know, buy your black belt. I do charge for it. I ain't going to lie, but I'm not going to charge until I think you are ready for it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope it helps you. Okay, thanks for watching me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.